Good morning to our Atlantic Canada Cooks audience around the globe. Michelle here with my mom, Helen, and I'm extra excited. First of all, welcome to June.
Yes.
So let's get excited about that. And here in Atlantic Canada, it's such an incredible time. I think all the leaves are on the trees now. And what's really exciting is all the blooms. So many flowers, unbelievable blooms. And a lot of it is what? From our apple trees. And really, if you're going to take a walk around or you're going to go anywhere, now is the time. If you're anywhere here in Atlantic Canada, check your apple seasons in your home country. Go visit the orchards. Talking about orchards, Mom. We're so excited. We're going to be launching kind of a summer of cider and some fun, right? So we've had a lot of Verger-Bellevaux orchard cider over the time. 1932 is when these guys started, and now it's third generation. Sam, Robert's son, we love this. Yeah, we've got lots of new other products, but Scow is one of their babies.
That's right.
And I'm excited. And my Aunt Greta's always here. Hi, Greta. I know when we see the word Scow, we know what it is. It's a boat. So I think it's kind of important for people to know that. So, Mom, we're going to do a bit of a tasting, but we're also going to get some beautiful recipes. But look at that. You can see the Scow boat on it in the background.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Your grandfather rode one for years and years. He was captain.
He's a captain. Captain Morley Alcorn out of Alma, New Brunswick. And he had a logging scow.
Yes.
So these, there's just a lot of history. And we love this because not only that, you can visit the orchard in the fall. Incredible things going on for tourism. And so we're going to get to enjoy a little Scow cider to start our day. But we're going to taste 3 different types of cider. Look at that fizz. Oh, wow. Get that right up there. You can see it dancing. This is my favorite. It's always been my favorite. I absolutely love it. Here you go, Mom. This cider is one of the best ciders. They've won awards. It's one of the best ciders there is, I think, in Canada. A lot of love goes into this. And this is made from apples that have never touched the ground. We're going to talk about one of these. Cheers, Mom.
Cheers.
World Cider Day.
Nice.
Ooh, how's that?
Very refreshing.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And for all of you lovers are not gonna, because this does have alcohol in it. It's I gotta look, 5.5%. We love it. They thought of everybody. And don't worry, there's an Apple Burst Fusion, which is a sparkling cider.
Yes.
Absolutely delicious. So both versions are here. We've actually are using this one and the Scow cider today in a recipe. So while we sip away at this, there's at least a half a can left right now. So the rest of this half a can is probably all of this. It's about a cup. It's going to go into the apples that Mom's going to start cooking here behind us. I'm going to get the burner turned on because we want to get the burner heated up, and we're going to put some of that butter in it here in a second. But Mom, this is sort of one of our fun. Many people in our family have this. So we're going to make these apple tarts. So I'm going to get the apple tarts started. But in addition to that, we're doing a marinated chicken. And I marinated that overnight. And we're going to continue our cider tasting and have a little bit of a nice, fresh radish recipe that's a little bit like just a salad to have, fresh, delicious. Because what sometimes we don't realize is you can take and use these ciders as marinades because they have that acid that you're looking for. So let's talk about some funny things. So peeling apples is probably the thing that takes the longest. It's like, wow, what's going on? Well, I peeled in just a few minutes these 5 apples, and these are a Cortland apple. And I'm going to show you what they look like when they come out. Look, I've got accordion apples. These are going to make this really easy for me. Oh, see that? To cut, to put into our apple tarts. I've already taste tested. They're so delicious. But there's 5. We're going to get those cut in half. But this fun machine is what I use to cut them. And I've got it here on my countertop because I needed to secure it, and it's got a suction cup on the bottom. So it's attached to it. Here's my wonderful apple. Look at the size of that. Wonderful. So I'm going to take and move the blade down. And the top of the apple here, I'm going to make sure stays at the top. And I'm going to push this all the way in. And this is the fun part. And it's going to not just peel my apple, it's going to take the core out for me too. So as I peel away, look at this. And we like to talk about sustainability a lot here on Atlantic Canada Cooks. We do a lot of projects with the Bucktouche Farmers Market. Hi, Bucktouche. You guys are open for the season. So exciting. And it's about zero waste. Now, this is super fun. So let's have a look at this peeling. Look at this. We now have one continuous peeling. This is like apple spaghetti.
I was just going to say,
right?
Spaghetti.
Or apple noodles. So these are beautiful. I clean the apples really well. I am going to take these skins and I'm going to put a tiny bit of cinnamon and maple sugar on them. And I'm going to put them in the air fryer. And I'm going to dry them out. And I'm going to have snacks. So look at this giant bowl. So normally this would go into the waste. So remember, you don't need to waste this. Also, we're always feeding animals here. So I will often take these and I'll put them outside, and the raccoons and the deer and all of our backyard animals can enjoy those. But today we're going to enjoy those as some chips. So as you see here, this is really great. Look at that. There's the core. And we have our apple. There's a little bit of skin on the bottom, but that is okay. Look at that. So I'm going to take this off, and there we go. So really fantastic. I'm going to hand it out, Mom. You can put in the sink. Give it a good rinse off after. And that's good to go. So don't need to rinse it now, Mom.
No.
So now we've got our apples here. So we've got this one all here. And let's get these. Mom, you want to put that butter in the pan? Yeah. I'm going to give you some apples. So here's a great thing. This apple's all done. I simply cut that apple in half. And now I have perfect apple slices. So it's really, really fast. And those apple slices, you can do so many different things with these. So for all the moms out there that are peeling a lot of apples, this is a great tool. And all my friends, their kids love to use it. It's super safe. And there we go, all those 5 apples. And it's always fascinating too to see how much apples shrink down when you're cooking them. Because look at the size of this bowl. And I'm just gonna separate these with my hands. So what I'm gonna do is, Mom has butter in our frying pan that's nice and hot. So we're gonna give her these apples. And we're going to get those going because that's going to take that temperature down really quickly. Awesome, Mom. Look at that. Right? We're going to keep that, maybe on 6, Mom. But I'm just going to borrow your frying pan for a sec. Woo, that's a heavy one. That frying pan is almost full of those apples. So we're going to keep that on that high heat. We're going to put that up to like a medium-high heat. And because we want those apples to cook down. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the apples. And we want that to create some nice sauce that's going to end up for our tarts. So that is a super good thing. So the other thing I'm going to give my mom is we're going to give her some spices. Now, I want to show you, these are the tarts. And I bought these pre-done. They came out of a frozen section. I didn't have time to get to a local baker yesterday, but always try to get to those local bakers if you can. So these are a really nice butter tart, or like a pie tart, but they've just been out of the freezer for about 15 minutes, and we will put the cooked apples in each of these tarts. And then they're going to bake for about 13 minutes at 375. But this is a good little fast move because I bought those pre-done. But you can, again, like I said, there's local bakeries everywhere. And you can often buy their tart shells and then fill it with your filling. That behind you, Mom. So Mom's got, we're going to get her some spices. So I want to talk about spices and ciders. June 3rd is World Cider Day. And because cider is originally made from apples and then pears, and we have the Hascap cider here as well. And the thing is, they're really a fresh and organic, beautiful drink to have. And you can make other cocktails out of them if you want, or mocktails. Again, nice and healthy for your family to have. So, and like I said, Virgil Bolivo Orchard in Memram Cook is incredible. So we always love local, and please check out our YouTube channel when I do some local shopping through the Medina in Tetuan, Morocco. And I am buying this very cinnamon in that video. So thank you again, shukran, to all the incredible vendors through there, and I will see you in July. But the scent of this cinnamon is amazing. It's here. You can put it in a sachet. I want a little bit of ground cinnamon. So what I have is a microplane. And I'm just going to take and grind a little really nice. Like this is fresh cinnamon, Mom. Oh my, the scent of that is incredible. And I have bought cinnamon before when I traveled in the Dominican Republic, and it was amazing. But cinnamon is an incredible, important part of the Moroccan recipes and diet, and I love it. My father would not be so happy because he was not a fan of cinnamon. I actually believe he had an allergy to it, or he just really didn't like it, but we make sure that Dad didn't have cinnamon. I, on the other hand, love it. So we've got some cinnamon. I should have chose a different color on the plate here, which is about 1/4 teaspoon. And then I've got some fresh nutmeg, ground nutmeg, that's also going to go into there. So, sprinkle that over like a little bit of snow. Better color than snow. And stir that through. And then we'll adjust that, Mom, if you think you need a bit more. So those apples are probably going to take a little bit more. There's a lot of apples there. I'm going to grate just a little bit more. So those apples are probably going to take about 10 minutes to cook down. So while they're cooking down, we're going to get our chicken going. And then the apple tarts themselves are going to take only about 10 minutes in the oven. And because I've got company coming over later, I'm probably going to save and bake them all later. But we'll put a couple in. Here we go, Mom. Give that a try. And we haven't added any of the scow cider yet. We're going to let those cook down as is in their natural sugars that come out of the apples, and then we're going to add that scow cider to the recipe. So that's still refreshing. Okay, let's talk about what went into our chicken. And in this bowl, so I had some really beautiful boneless, skinless chicken thighs from a local butcher here. And in this bowl I have in front of me, I used a can of the Apple Burst, okay? So it's a sparkling apple juice. And the reason why I like this is because of the sparkling, it's got some extra acid, it's got that carbonation. So, and this smells amazing, but you'll see all the liquid that's still in there. So I've added some salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and onion powder. So those are what are inside of this. So I'm now going to drain all that liquid out. I'm going to put this over here. Mom, can you just drain that into the bowl in the sink? Thank you. And what we're going to do is, and I'm going to give you this bowl, Mom. I'm holding it. She's going to get all that liquid drained off the chicken and shake it around so it's as dry as we can. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some extra flavor and seasoning to the chicken to make it into like a honey garlic chicken is really what I'm making. But the act of me marinating those chicken thighs, or you can use chicken breasts overnight, really are going to add, thank you, Mom, because of the bit of acidity in there. What's that going to do? It's almost like a brine, and it's just going to make these chicken even more tender and leave behind. They even smell absolutely incredible now. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I've got some wonderful garlic paste here, and I love this as a cheater move. You can buy some wonderful garlic paste. So this is going to be the equivalent of about 3 cloves of garlic that's going to go into that mixture. So remember I said it's honey garlic. And then I've got some pure 100% Canadian honey here. Honey is something, and I'm putting about 1/4 of a cup. And I have 12 chicken thighs in here. Honey, I love using honey. I often use maple syrup, but honey is readily available all over the world, and it's nature's natural sweetener from a bee. So we're going to add just a little bit more salt, and we're going to add some cracked pepper. And I think we always say, cracked pepper is the most amazing flavor. Excellent. So we're going to give these a good stir. I can feel the sticky honey through these. And because there's still a little bit of liquid and moisture on the chicken, it's going to add there. I can feel that honey is less sticky right now. I love honey garlic chicken. You know, I think that's a great Asian recipe, Mom, wouldn't you say? That we love to get. Mom's favorite thing when she orders her chicken wings. What do you order?
Honey garlic.
Honey garlic chicken wings. So this is, I hope you're going to enjoy this and try it at home. Get like an apple cider or a sparkling juice because it has that acid in it, and marinate that beautiful chicken overnight.
I'm going to put the cider in there now.
What's that?
I think I'll put that.
Oh, awesome.
It'll help it cook down.
So, Mom, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So we ready? Scow's going in. Oh yeah, this is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
You can turn that back burner on, Mom, for the chicken. Awesome. Mom's gonna turn, while that back burner's on, let's do another taste test here, Mom, because this chicken's gonna be ready for us to sear a couple. Set this off to the side. I'm gonna get us a couple of new glasses. All right. So continuing our tasting, and these ones are cold. I do like a little bit of ice when I mix my ciders, but not a lot. Come on over here, Mom.
Oh, okay.
Missing out on the good stuff. So I don't know if you have had the Haskap one. I know you've had the pear because this.
Yes, I haven't had the Haskell.
Yeah. So the pear. So you can see the pear. comes in a little bit smaller can.
And it's yellow to match your hair.
Yeah, it is. And then this is purple to match our Haskap berry.
Exactly.
So this is the Haskap cider, and I just want to look at, I'm not even sure the percentage of alcohol in this one. It's here somewhere. Oh, 5%. So Haskap berries, they're like a blueberry and a raspberry had a baby. Okay, so but they're like a long blueberry.
Long,
So
narrow
they look
blueberry.
like a blueberry, but they're long and narrow versus what we know to be a traditional round blueberry, which I know is some of your favorite. We're gonna top our apple tarts with a couple of fresh blueberries.
Sounds good.
I just thought that'd be great for the flavor. So let's try the Haskap. I want you to notice when I pour this one, the color.
Oh yeah, it's got a little purple tinge to it.
Yeah, it's got a pink tinge versus
Yeah.
the regular apple.
Stir this stuff.
I'm just gonna stir. We'll pour a second one here. Look at that. Love that color. And I'm one of those people, for me, I'm all about sour. So I love the sour that this has to it. I'm gonna take, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
just waiting to see.
yeah.
I just touched it to see if
Yeah.
it was ready.
Come on over here, Mom. I'm trying to get her to do a taste tester, and she's more concerned about cooking. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers to June.
Oh, that's nice.
What do you taste?
Try that again.
Right?
I get a little bit of a blueberry, raspberry, and I've had Haskap berries, and they're good, but I prefer the blueberries or the raspberries separate. But this is quite tasty.
Well, it's from
It's
a
different.
Haskap berry,
I know, it's good.
right? Thought you'd like the flavor.
Yeah, I could handle that.
Can you handle that?
I can handle one
Is
of
that
those.
one of those summer drinks with
Oh,
your
definitely,
friends?
definitely.
Right?
Yes.
These are wonderful, fresh things. And you know, all age groups, doesn't matter if you enjoy that. It's just a beautiful, fresh afternoon
Drink.
drink.
Exactly.
So as we're getting things moved around here, so we've got the apples ready. They're going to be getting ready here soon to go into the tarts. But I am going to add, so the apples have cooked down by almost half right now. I'll show everybody. So they cooked down about half. They're getting all soft. And we just want to get those cooked down. I'm going to have an apple facial. That's a heavy pan. There we go. I just turned that up a bit, Mom, because we've got the cider in there.
Yeah.
So those are cooking away. I just put the two chicken thighs on to sear.
Yeah.
So they're on medium heat here, Mom,
Yeah.
and I've got the timer on.
Okay.
So we should be able to stand back. I'm gonna add in with the apples, and if you don't have maple, because we know not everybody is here in Canada, then you can add some honey or whatever good natural sweetener. There we go. I added about a quarter of a cup of maple sugar. Now I love this Hello Mountain Maples because it's like a regular sugar. It's just dehydrated maple. It is a little bit different sweetness, which I prefer, but you don't necessarily need the exact same ratio when you're doing it. So that's just important to know. So all these things are cooking. We're gonna stuff the tarts. I love to have, like, I often do coleslaws on the show. But one of the things I like to have is just like a little fresh salad or just some different fresh vegetables cut up. And I'm going to be growing radishes this year, so I'm going to be planting those seeds actually later today with some of my herbs because the weather is amazing here. And I love these, a beautiful radish. And I love it when you cut a radish because there's these great colors and that white and red. Well, I guess it's more purple than red. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna cut this radish up and I'm gonna cut it into slices. And I'm gonna make a little bit of a radish salad. Now, when I make this salad, it needs also a little bit of acid. And this is where I often use the apple vinegar. And this is where apples or apple cider vinegar. And as I was saying, I've just got to keep an eye on my fingers. June 3rd is World Cider Day.
That chicken smells delicious.
It does, doesn't it, Mom? Okay, you already flipped them.
I just flipped it.
Okay, that was your timer.
Okay.
Pre-flipping, they do smell good. Give those a stir, I gotta get them.
Yeah.
They smell amazing, she's right. So I did get this on that same Medina Market tour. And this is an apple cider vinegar. So these are wonderful to use in various different recipes that you're having. I generally cook always with apple cider vinegar versus a white vinegar because I find it less harsh. And it's got a wonderful, rich flavor to it. So we're gonna get these last couple cut up. There we go. I think this one's gonna look like it's shaped like a heart. Love nature back. I can't wait for the fall, Mom, when we have carrots that look all crazy shapes.
Yeah.
Right? Remember one year we had a carrot that came back every year, or we had him, and he looked like a action star figure.
Yeah.
So, beautiful radish cut up. This is a simple one. I've got a nice green onion here. And I'm just gonna cut the edge of that. Just a little bit of green onion. We don't want a lot. How are those apples looking, Mom? Are we enough we can stuff our tarts? And remember, we do want moisture. I don't want this to be overpowered with onion. I just want a little bit, and to be honest with you, and this salad needs to sit. So we're not gonna be eating this till later today because it really is best made a few hours in advance. Get all that chive cut up, the ends. I love green onions. Again, one of those things where you have little to no waste. And if you really wanted to, if I plant those roots or put them in water, I can grow another green onion. So really no waste on your green onions. We're gonna put those in. And because I've got some friends here that don't drink or alcohol, I want to make sure that everybody can have this. So this is the apple cranberry fusion sparkling apple juice. And the reason why I'm using this one because I want that extra cranberry and that other kind of fun flavor to it. Or I could just use some of my regular apple cider. Oh, look at the color of that one. That's great. And see that pour? And of course, that's going to be even more red with the radish, because what's going to happen when that sits, right, is some of that coloring is going to come out of the radish. Oh, wow. I love it. Everything's coming together here. So we're going to, I think our apples are going to be done enough to assemble our tarts. It's amazing. So pretty. That's going to be great with our chicken. And I'm also going to roast some potatoes later to enjoy with our chicken. Oh, Mom. Wow. So while she gets, we're going to get those apples out here momentarily, I have to say, wow, Mom.
It smells good.
Look at that. Those are perfectly seared. That over. Oh, that little piece fell in my mouth.
Sure did.
The flavor of them is absolutely incredible. Those are amazing, Mom.
I know they smell
All
so
right,
good.
so let's take a couple of these tarts and bring the apples over as we wrap up. And we'll get these tarts into the oven. So the last cider, which we tried the apple, we didn't try the pear, Mom.
Oh no.
So
Tastes like pear. I know. I've
we
had it.
had the pear. I'm gonna save that for next Sunday. So that pan's too heavy for me to lift. So let's take our apples out. We'll let those keep searing a bit. Look at that. Exactly. What an unbelievable aroma. So there's our cooked down apples. And this is what's really great about this particular recipe. So what I'm gonna make sure I do is I'm gonna stuff enough apple in each tart so I know. And some of the apples are mushed down, which is awesome, Mom, and some
Aren't quite.
aren't quite. Now, remember, these are gonna bake in the oven for about 10 minutes. So I know, put that one in there, that apple's still gonna cook down a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So that's gonna be, ooh, these are nice and hot. So these are gonna go into the oven. And by the way, we love eating just these fried apples,
Oh yeah.
as is. You could add nuts to these as well. I'm gonna top them off with some nuts when I finish them, just some crushed walnuts, which are gonna be beautiful across the top. That is hot. Yeah. Mom, I think I'm gonna need just a little bit more apple to finish these off.
Well, watch your arm.
Oh, thank you, Mom. That should do it. Thank you. It's a heavy frying pan, so
Yes,
good
it
job,
is.
Mom. She's getting her muscle lifting in now for the day. And
My
there
work-
we have it,
Workout doing apples.
right? Well, the nice thing is with our little machine, I didn't have much of a workout, did we? So I've got that nice nutmeg there. So let's just, I'm gonna top these off. How do those look, Mom? They pass?
Yeah. Fill them up because they'll cook down.
Yeah.
The nutmeg is over here in this little jar. Oh, that's...
No, it's right in front of me,
Oh, okay.
actually.
Well, that's salt. Right.
Yeah, we don't want to add salt.
Oh.
That would be, I'm gonna get you to move that. And look at this. We hope you've enjoyed your apple cider tarts and all the wonderful things that you can do. We're so excited. We're gonna prize giveaway this week too. So this wonderful t-shirt that I have, I'm keeping my t-shirt, but we've got a t-shirt and we really want to say thank you to Scow and Belleville, Verger Belleville Orchard, for just getting on top of, getting engaged with their customers, getting excited about your feedback. So when you go out and you taste these recipes, let us know. Let them know where you heard about it and how much you're enjoying it. Ooh, see that, Mom?
I know.
There, a little bit of extra.
Yeah. You have to have a little nutmeg in
A
an apple.
little nutmeg and a little extra cinnamon. This is a cinnamon. I put extra nutmeg before.
Okay.
There we go. So we're gonna put those in the oven, and let's just say, Mom, raise a drink.
Oh, my drink.
Raise your cider.
Here it is.
We've got our chicken. We've got our tarts. We've got our salad. And you know what? Cheers, Mom.
Cheers.
Hope you all have an amazing day. Enjoy the great weather. And we'll see you next week on Atlantic Canada Cooks when we're kicking out some great new recipes.
Take
Cheers,
care. Bye.
everybody.
Yum.
All right.
Can't
Here,
wait.
Mom. I'm going to just move this. There. Battling for where we're setting this down. And what are you saying? She says, I can't wait to go eat.
This chicken.